All right, good afternoon. We're going to talk wood turning wood lathes. So I haven't done a video really talking about the lathes that I have in my workshop. People do ask me how many lathes do I have. So I have 6 in the workshop. I have these 5 big ones, and then I have the mini lathe over there, which I gave to my son, and we use it. He uses it to turn. Sometimes I'll put buffing wheels on it, and it works great. And then him and I are going to start turning some pins, so I can get a little stool. We can sit there and turn pins together. So today, I'm glad I had, or this week, I'm glad I had extra lathes or 2 because I was down for parts on this wood fast lathe. So my switch went out to turn it off. So I was able to find another replacement, not identical, but it's a 22 millimeter switch. So I'll get this one up and running today. Slightly different switch, but it'll still work based on it. So the Woodfast and the Rikon Woodfast series both came from Craft Supplies a long time ago, and I use them for my bowl turning, so bigger bowls over there. And all I've done really with them is just clean them up, this one. So I bought all 5 of these lathes used off of Facebook Marketplace, and that is my only new lathe that I purchased, which that is a great little midi lathe, which I bought it as soon as they came out. And I've had the opportunity to use multiple lathes at a woodworking school I went to for the last 3 years. I've taken several semesters of wood turning, and I'll put that up against any midi lathe. Just like in the wood turning department, I've used the One Way, I've used Robust, Woodfast, Vicmark, Jet, Laguna, you name it. And they're all great, but I enjoy using the Woodfast or Woodfast series along with the Vicmark are some of my favorites. Here is the Rockwell Delta 46450, which I actually learned how to turn on this lathe back in about 1991 when I was a freshman in high school. So this lathe, I had to rewire it, put a new motor, switch in it, bearings and pulley, and it works great. So I have the, which this lathe and the Powermatic are Reeves drive. So I have an upper portion of an urn being turned here, and then I have the lower portion of an urn over on the Rikon Woodfast. This lathe over here, I rewired it, put a new motor in it, new switch, which I like a simple knife switch. They did come with magnetic switches, which I have extra ones, but they wear out actually faster. And I like a simple heavy duty switch for a machine. That's actually not really a switch for the wall. You can use it, but it's actually a heavier duty switch enclosed in there. This lathe, I just had to grease up, and then I had to kind of refile, clean up the Reeves drive on it, and it works great. 12-inch swing over the bed, and then 18 on the gap. This lathe over here, if it's 12 inches over the bed, and then if I remove that to have the gap, then it's 16 inches. So you can do a platter on either one of them. I use these more for my spindle work or doing smaller bowls or hollow form. The Rikon Woodfast and the Woodfast series, I can do 20 inches, and then I can outboard turn almost unlimited. The General International, not to be confused with General, which is an old Canadian company. International is a Taiwan company. It's a good little lathe. One thing about it I like is it does 42 inches between centers. So if I move the headstock all the way to the left and the tailstock, I can actually turn 42 inches. Plus I have the option to swivel it out for outboard turning, and that is why I built this box below it, which I have 180 pounds of sand in there, because once you tilt it off away from the bed, you need that weight on there for turning bigger bowls. So this will do a 16 by 42. These 4 lathes right here will do 36 inches between centers. So that's my wood turning setup. The Bauer midi lathe, which I love, is a 14-inch swing, so a 14-inch bowl, and then 21 inches between centers. So it's a great little lathe and stand. And this is my wood turning setup. I have most of my chisels in access wherever I'm turning. I need to build another storage area over here so I can put some of my specialty chisels here that are all cluttering up my workbench right now. And then I have my lathe tool cart with all kinds of chucks, accessories, screw chucks for wood turning. I got some of my jam chucks in that bucket over there. And then I move these carts over here to make it closer to me. But here's where I have some low speed grinders set up at different positions. So I got 2 with aluminum oxide, and then I got 1 with CBN wheels. And then if I need another grinder, I have another low speed grinder down there. And this is where I keep my chucks, more chucks and face plates and glue blocks. And then I just took 12 bowls down to the basement to be finished. So I use glue blocks, screwed 2 face plates. So these will get another buildup of pine wood on them, and I'll do it again. So my business is pretty much 80-90% wood turning, and then the other 10 to 20% sometimes is flat work or other little custom projects. But yeah, this is my wood turning area. These are my 4 main lathes, and I use the general in the back, and then my son plays on the bower over there. Tool carts and sharpening station, which I can move those around over here. So I have them all lined up around me. So I'm turning, sharpening, turning, and staying productive and safe at the same time. So kind of a long-winded video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the good comments. Have a great day. I'll see you.